Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today is another fluid art painting. I'm using just paint and water. All my paints are Royal Talens Amsterdam. I'll take you down so you can see the colours, the consistencies, and it's just paint and water. So I'm using a 1:1 ratio, 1 part paint to 1 part water. I will list everything in the description box, so if you expand that, I list lots more information, including all my paints, the brands, and the consistencies with the ratios. I'm so happy you're here with me today, and let's see what we can create. So today I'm using these colours. They're all by Amsterdam, and I'm going to mix all my colours with just water. I will list each of these colours and the ratios and the consistency that I'm using in the description box below. So you'll see here the consistencies. This is a 1 part paint to 1 part water ratio. The paint drips off the spatula and back into the cup. So I received this cookie cutter in a cracker at Christmas, and I really wanted to use it in my creation today. So I'm going for an open cup pour, and I'm going to add some black and some white paint onto my canvas as my base colour, just mixed up so it creates some grey as well. And I'm going to place the cookie cutter within this paint, place the colours that I've mixed up inside the cookie cutter, and drag that open cup, which is the star, across the surface area of the canvas, and then tilt the canvas out to create a pattern. That's my intention anyway, but I'm going to be really honest with you from the outset. This didn't go according to plan, and I didn't panic. I just decided to go in a completely different direction, and the reason I'm leaving the tutorial in full in this video is so you can see that we all make different mistakes, and I never like to really call them a mistake because I learn so much each and every time I paint. I evolve as an artist, I evolve in my creativity, and I really wanted to share that with you today. So you'll see here that I'm sticking with the open cup, so I'm using the star cookie cutter. I've spread out some of the black and white paint on the canvas, and I'm going to fill up the cookie cutter with some of those colours, one colour at a time, and then I drag the cookie cutter across that canvas. So I'm just going to pick it up and drag it across that surface area, allowing some of that paint to escape and disperse underneath. And then I'm going to take more colours and fill up that cookie cutter again before picking it up and dragging it across the canvas. I'm really liking how some of those colours are coming outside of that cookie cutter onto the canvas and mixing with that black and white. So I'm just going to add a few more colours and drag that star to the corner of the canvas. And it's probably, if I'm honest, around now that I'm thinking, is this going to work? Am I going to like what I'm going to do? But I'm going to carry on because sometimes we don't know unless we try. So I've taken the cookie cutter off of the canvas. I'm just going to use my torch now to pop any air bubbles when I mix my paint up from the tube that includes some pouring medium and some water, or just water itself in this case. There's going to be bubbles, air bubbles, and it's that torch that will pop those air bubbles. So I'm picking up the canvas and I've started to tilt it from side to side, moving some of that paint to the corner down the edge, pushing that paint over those edges and allowing the movement of that paint to cover more of that surface area. And it's at this point that I'm really not feeling the vibe. I'm not liking the colour combination with this technique, and it's probably about now that I'm thinking I'll carry on tilting some of that paint off, but I think I'm going to mix it up a little bit and try something else. So I'm just taking a look at it, I'm stepping back, and I know now that this isn't going to work for me. But I really wanted to keep this in because I really wanted to show you how I go from this to the end result. So I'm just taking a piece of wood, scraping my canvas, taking all that paint from that surface area onto my table. But don't worry, I will scoop all of that paint up at the end, and that will act as a flow extender in another piece. But I really do want to keep some black and white with that rainbow colour palette. So I've put 2 puddles in the middle of the canvas, and I'm now going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to blow the paint, that's the black puddle and the white puddle mixed together, and blow that to the outer edges. I'm actually already loving this so much more already. I'm going to do 2 separate puddles. So I've decided to split my colours into 2 batches. I'm almost going to aim for a summer corner and a winter corner. So in one corner, I'm going to add the red, the orange, the pink and the yellow. And then in the other corner, I'm going to go for the green, the blues and the violet. And then I'm going to take those puddles of paint and blow them outside towards the corner. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but first of all, let me just finish puddling those paints in those 2 corners. So here we go. I've got my 2 puddles of paint, my summer and my winter, and I'm just going to blow them towards that corner. My blow dryer is on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. So the intention here really is to have 2 really colourful corners, one representing winter, one representing summer. And then I've got that black and white in the middle. So I'm already loving this so much more than my initial open cup using the star cookie cutter. And this just goes to prove that if you go to do a creation and you're not happy with it, then please don't give up. Think about what you can do instead. So I have scraped the canvas from the original design, but I've used exactly the same colour palette, but changed my technique. So instead of doing the open cup, I decided to take my blow dryer and use the same paints from that colour palette with the idea of a black and white base mixed with those 2 colourful corners. And I think it's worked really well. And I'm really happy with how this is going. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you're enjoying this video, then please give it a like share it out, give it a thumbs up. By doing that, you really help me reach new people on YouTube that may be interested in the artwork that I create or might want to learn along with us. I'm just going to use my torch one final time to pop any existing air bubbles. I'm so happy with this colour combination, and I'm going to take you in now for a closer look at these colours. So the black and white in the middle with those two colourful corners. And I'm so pleased that I decided to change up the technique that I was doing. And I'm really happy with this end result. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll take you in for a close-up of the dry version. So here we go, it's fully dry. I'm really happy with the end result, and I'm gonna do this again but on a larger scale. It was so much fun having that black and white middle and then those two corners of colourful bursts of summer and winter. It's got me thinking. My brain is going overtime in terms of some of the ideas that I could actually do. So stick with me and you'll see how those ideas will hopefully go from my head onto the canvas itself. A big thank you to each and every one of you for all of your support. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And I hope I get to see you again in the next video. Have a great week and I'll see you soon. Bye.